Welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. Today we're coming to you from the Suffolk Visitor Center as we highlight a number of events and activities taking place here in the city of Suffolk in the month of August. Stay tuned. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're joined now by Tourism Development Manager Teresa Earls. Teresa, thanks for having us once again at the Suffolk Visitor Center, which of course is located at
524 North Main Street.
We don't always want to get that out there. Of course, today we're here to talk about several things with Teresa and, of course, what tourism is doing and some of the great things that are happening here in the city of Suffolk. Because if you're thinking, you know, summer's winding down, kids getting ready to go back to school, but I've got some time off, or I would like to do something with the kids, or just do something with adults as well. We've got some great things that you can do to kind of put on that calendar and take advantage of some of the wonderful offerings here in the city of Suffolk. But we're going to kick off with a really unique event, first of its kind, correct?
Sort of.
Yeah. But it's the Family Movie and Music Night. It's going to be Saturday, August 17th, yes. Right here in downtown Suffolk. And Teresa, I'm going to let you take it away and talk about kind of the logistics, how the event's set up, what's going to be there, and of course the greatest thing about it is, of course, free and open to the public.
Of course. We like free and open to the public.
Yes, we do.
And, you know, you may notice that Suffolk is very well known for having family events and free family events. Right. And like you said, I know summer's winding down, even though it doesn't feel like it when it's 91 degrees. And as a parent, I know what it's like to want to get out of the house on the weekend and take your kids out and have a good time. And so we are planning the movie and music night, and we have a theme. It's a 1980s theme. Okay. Most of the kids nowadays, they only see the 80s in photos, so we're going to give them a little taste of it.
Good.
We are going to block Main Street from Washington to Market, so it's about a block. And we're going to have a stage where we have E3, which is a fun party band. They're going to focus on the 80s, of course, and we'll have a DJ who will play fun 80s music and we'll get everybody out there dancing. Right. We're going to have a game station, so if you wanted to get your family out and play Life or Parcheesi or maybe even break out the Twister game, you can do that as well. We'll have a beverage garden for adult beverages, and we have a food vendor doing fresh, local produce, wraps and things like that. So. And you're right downtown, so you have all these restaurants nearby and little shops, and so there's something to do for everyone. Sure. Now, after the concert, we're going to have a huge blow-up screen, and we're showing the movie Back to the Future. Okay. And as we've discussed... The original, right? The original, with Michael J. Fox and Leah Thompson. Right. And, gosh, I don't even remember the wild, wacky scientist's name.
Doc Brown, I think, is the character, but I can't remember the actor that plays it, yeah.
We're all going to race towards the clock on the corner of Main Street in Washington and see if we go back in time.
Good deal.
So a lot of the kids these days, they've never seen Back to the Future, but to us, you know, that's like a staple, especially of the 80s. So we're going to show Back to the Future on a big screen. We'll have seating out there for everyone, but if you want to bring your own lawn chair or even a blanket or something comfortable, a lot of kids will like to bring sleeping bags to sit on. I mean, keep in mind, you're going to be on pavement.
Correct.
So, and sometimes a folding chair gets a little uncomfortable after a couple hours.
A little bit.
So we're going to do all of that, and you can kind of be comfortable. And it's, like we said, free, open to the public. Right. We'll start kicking things off about 5:30. We'll have music going, and the band will come on around 6. And we're expecting to show the movie at 8:30. Obviously, it depends on the sun.
Correct.
But at that point, the sun should have set or come very close to it, and we'll start the movie.
So what time would the event wrap up? Considering that the movie, I guess, is kind of the focal point. You said probably about 8:30, so what, 10?
We're planning like 10:30. The good thing is it's Saturday. It's not a school night. It's still summer. Right. So maybe your kids will stay up late and sleep in the next day.
Okay. Now, of course, Teresa, as you said, one of the great things is certainly there are going to be some on-site amenities. But the fact that it's in downtown Suffolk and on that that block area that you talk about, with all the additional resources and businesses that are there that certainly people can tap into, it's just a great opportunity not only to enjoy some family time, see a good movie, enjoy some great music, but also just sit there and just in case maybe you haven't been to downtown Suffolk lately, take part in what's going on there.
Well, and things have changed a lot in the last couple of months even. We have a new shop on Main Street, the All About Virginia shop. That's recently opened in the place where Uniquely Leo's was located. Okay. The owners of that store relocated to North Carolina. Right. So this is a chance for a new business to come in to downtown, so we're very excited about that. And of course you have old favorites like Shooting Star Gallery, who has changing exhibits on a regular basis. So even if you went in last week, it's probably different this week. Richardson and Nash, you have people like that, but you also have restaurants, the Plaid Turnip, Barron's Pub, even Subway if you just want to go in for a quick bite. We're getting ready to welcome a new barbecue restaurant, but I don't believe it's opened yet. And we have a new bakery coming on board. So these are things to see, you know, kind of maybe whet your appetite so that you'll come back in a couple of months when everything's, open, or you can come every day, but
That's right.
around the corner is a Michi's,
Right.
and you have C3 Vino.
Right.
You have all these places within walking distance. You can conveniently park behind the Godwin Courts building.
Correct.
And walk everywhere. We'll have, portable restrooms out, and you just won't, it'll be all the amenities of
Everything
from
you-
home.
there-
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned about parking.
Yes.
The best place, I presume, would be behind the courthouse. Obviously, Main Street will be closed in that
Sure.
section, but there's ample parking behind there, and then you just walk right between the courthouse and sort of where the
Exactly.
businesses are, right by the fountain, correct?
The
Come right through
Oderzo
there,
Fountain,
and then
exactly.
they'll bring you straight on. In fact, that's kind of where, more of the central point as far as
Sure.
where everything's going to be, correct?
The actual stage will face the fountain area, the
Okay.
park. So if you think about the stage, will be situated in front of SunTrust. So, and it'll be facing the courts building.
Right.
So everything will be very compact within
Okay.
that one block. You can park behind the Godwin Court building. You can park along West Washington, Saratoga, along by the Municipal Center. If you
Right.
don't mind walking a few extra feet, it's not bad. You can't
Right.
go to a festival or anything like that and
That's
get
right.
any closer.
No. And with the parking being free as well.
Exactly.
Which is the other benefit, that you don't have to pay to park and then
Absolutely.
worry about entry fees or anything. But great chance to take part in some great entertainment, a great movie, convenient parking, and everything right there in the heart of downtown Suffolk.
I hope you're going to be there.
I'm planning on it, because 80s, well, certainly, that's when I grew up as well. But you mentioned about kids not knowing about Back to the Future, but certain fashions, you'd see some fashions with
Yes.
colors and some of the styles nowadays, they can relate to that, but then they can actually see it
Exactly.
in use, so to speak, during the film.
And we are encouraging people to dress the 80s.
Right.
We've considered doing some celebrity look-alike contests from the 80s. So whether
Okay.
you want to be Madonna or Michael Jackson or Cyndi Lauper, which her hair is way more fun.
Right.
So all that is encouraged. And if you just want to spray paint your hair, roll up your jeans, wear big earrings, or, gloves, and
Can you break out the parachute pants?
yes,
Okay.
by all means. Do you have some?
I'm not commenting on that.
Well, you notice neon and
That's
fluorescent
right.
has come back.
That's correct.
So most of the kids already have something in their closet. They just don't even know that's where it came from.
Right.
And I know a lot of people who still have 80s clothes. They knew they were going to come back
Vintage,
in style.
I think, is the key word right
Vintage.
there.
That makes us vintage.
Yeah. I learned something today. No.
That's right.
Now, again, the date is Saturday, August the 17th.
Yes.
You said it's starting about around 5:30?
5:30.
Okay. And should conclude probably, after the end of the movie, correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
And, obviously the beverage garden will end before the end of the movie.
Sure.
Give everybody a chance to kind of, finish their food and drinks and prepare so when it's time to go that there's not a lot of cleanup or hassle or anything like that. So.
Now, one thing I always like to mention when we spend some time with you is to talk about the great website you have. And I'd like to refer that, and sir, we're going to have that up a couple times during the show so that you'll get the web address. But I'd like to mention that now, if you don't mind.
Sure. It's Suffolk-fun.com. So it's actually Suffolk-fun.com. And we update it on a daily basis. When you go to Suffolk-fun.com, you can find information for attractions, tours, dining, our complete calendar of events for the entire city. We are constantly adding to it as we come up, we find out about events
Right.
happening throughout the city. We also have information about hotels and accommodations and bed and breakfast. And if you want to hold a reunion, a wedding, a
Right.
meeting of any kind, that is your go-to source.
Okay.
So we like to keep it, we like to be the major resource for,
Indeed.
for fun in Suffolk.
Well, it's a great way to publicize, again, what's taking place in the city, both from a municipal perspective, but
Yes.
also with what's going on out in the community.
Exactly.
Because, again, I believe on your homepage, you have a lot of banner ads that
Yep.
kind of hit you right off the top, so you can get a quick glance at kind of what's happening. And some of those, I know, click through to other pages and things,
Exactly.
but you have your calendar and everything's laid out very nice and neat. But I would really encourage you to visit the website if you haven't already and just kind of see and use it as a regular resource, because,
Exactly.
like you said, you're updating it constantly. So, again, there's information and events coming on, certainly older ones cycling themselves off, but you have a great calendar to look ahead to find out what's happening down the road, so if you're trying to plan something. But as you said as well, with the resources about what other opportunities, if you're having an event here, a conference or a family outing or something that you need to utilize resources that are present here in Suffolk, great place to find that information.
Exactly. We're pretty big fans of it too.
I would imagine you are. Well, thanks. And again, we're going to take a short break, come back and talk about some other great events that are taking place between now and perhaps maybe the time school starts, just again, if you want to put that on your calendar. So stay tuned. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're joined again by Teresa Earls, Tourism Development Manager here with the City of Suffolk. And Teresa, you know, we've talked about the great event coming up on the 17th of August, of course, the Family Movie and Music Night.
Yes.
But we also want to talk about some other events that are going on in the City of Suffolk. And I'm going to let you kind of lead us off there. But one of the things, the great things, is the TGIF Concert Series, which is going to be moving venues, but continuing with some of the same great entertainment. And I'll let you pick it up from there.
Yes, every year, you know, for the last several years, the Suffolk Parks and Recreation Department has put on the TGIF Concert Series. It spends half the summer at Constance Wharf Park, and then the second half of the summer goes to Bennett's Creek Park, so that everyone gets a chance to make it if they're, you know, nearby.
Sure.
And so it kicks off the first Friday in August at Bennett's Creek with, I believe, the Janitors. I'll sneak a peek. Yes, the Janitors. Then we'll have the Michael Clark Band, Guava Jam, who I happen to love, and Slapwater on the 23rd. And so that is a full month of free, family-friendly concerts every Friday night.
Right.
So, and of course, you know, Bennett's Creek Park has a great playground too,
That's
so
right.
you can bring your family out.
And the new stage and everything out there as well. So again, a great chance to kind of see what's going on
They have
there.
a permanent stage now, so it's a lot of fun.
Right.
And it filters into all the free family activities that we have. And I know that we talk a lot about the Suffolk Farmers Market,
Right.
which is located behind our building at 524 North Main Street. We're at the corner of Main Street and Constance.
Right.
And we have the pavilion behind the visitor center, and that's where the farmers market takes place every Wednesday from 3 to 6 and every Saturday from 9 to 2.
Right.
And Saturdays are a bigger day. We have more vendors on Saturdays, but we also like to try to have different programming, whether it's live music. We have the Teeny Tiny Farm Petting Zoo, which is one of my favorites because, you know, who doesn't love little miniature critters?
Exactly.
And they bring a lot of kids out. Oh my gosh, they love it.
Right.
And every Saturday in August, we're going to have a different program, whether it is what we call a family fun day, where we have the petting zoo, we have crafts, we have music, live music. And then on, let's see, the 24th of August, we're going to do a Meet the Great Dismal Swamp Day. And we've done this before already this season. It's so popular.
Right.
We bring in a biologist who is our tour guide, you know, because we do regular tours of the Great Dismal Swamp.
Exactly.
And she comes in, and we have a big setup. Sometimes she'll bring little critters of her own.
Right.
They're the slimy kind. So you might see, you know, a snake or a salamander or something like that.
Right.
Something that you would find in the Great Dismal Swamp. And she comes and really engages people and encourages them to take the tour.
Very nice.
Because a lot of people, especially locally, they just don't realize what a great place the Great Dismal Swamp is. So we'll do that on the 24th, and of course that's free and open to the public,
Correct.
and you can book a tour that day.
Sure.
We have certain dates on our website, thesuffolk-fun.com.
Right.
You know, we also do ghost walks,
That's
and
right.
we do lots of tours,
Sure.
and so we have lots of fun things on our tour page. But then the final weekend, or the final Saturday in August, we're calling it Back to School Day.
Okay.
I'm sure every kid is dreading it, but every parent is celebrating.
That's right, yeah.
But Back to School Day is a family fun day, and we'll have Bria Kelly and her band
Okay.
performing. And I don't know if you recall, Bria Kelly is from Smithfield.
Right.
Very talented young lady. She's actually a teenager, and the whole band is comprised of teenagers.
Oh, really? Okay.
And she was featured on America's Got Talent last year. And I've seen or heard through the grapevine that she just recently got a callback for NBC's The Voice.
Very nice.
She's very, very talented.
Okay.
And she'll actually be playing at Peanut Fest this year as well. So we've got her, before she hits
Hey,
it big, if
there
you
we
want an
go.
autograph, this will
Right.
be the time to do it. She and her band will be performing on the 31st
Okay.
at the Farmers Market.
Okay.
They performed last year, and they're great. They're great. They can do, you know, top 40. They do a lot of country, rock. They're
So a
talented.
little bit of everything.
Yeah, they're so talented. And it's all free and open to the public. So you can come bring the kids, get them excited about, you know, picking out their own fruits and vegetables
Right.
and their own jellies and jams and
Right.
bread and that sort of thing.
Now, what kind of, and we talked about the entertainment side of things.
Sure.
And of course, that's part of the draw, but really
Sure.
the biggest draw is the fact of what's for sale here at the farmers
Exactly.
market. If you could just talk a little bit and remind everybody again about, you talked about the fruits and
Sure.
vegetables, but it's more than just that.
Yes. What we have, as far as the produce, we require our vendors to have grown their products within 100 miles of Suffolk. Now, if for some reason we don't have something in season because it's the wrong time of year, people can import the foods from other farms outside of the 100-mile radius as long as they mark it so that you don't think you're getting something
Correct.
from within the 100-mile radius.
Right.
But you're going to get the fresh, local fresh produce, fruits, vegetables. You're also going to get the jellies, the jams, the pickles,
Right.
the chow chow and salsa, and different kinds of cakes and just wonderful
Right.
rolls and that sort of thing, fresh eggs and meats. And then we also have the crafter side of it. So you might be able to pick up a birthday present, a handmade, handcrafted, whether it's jewelry, whether it's a piece of art. We have a gentleman who makes handmade wooden toys.
Very neat.
And we talk about going vintage.
Right.
That's vintage.
Yeah.
And they're unfinished. You could take them home. You could paint them. You could leave them as they are.
Sure.
It's just it's a wonderful chance, and they're very inexpensive. It's just something that gets you out into the community. It's a place for socializing on Saturday mornings.
Correct.
You can come in the visitor center, grab a cup of coffee,
Right.
a complimentary cup of
Right.
coffee. You can plan your day. You take your kids out, you pick out something that you're going to grill later on, or you're going to cook for Sunday afternoon, and then maybe go shopping in downtown or grab a bite to eat at one of our restaurants. It's just the perfect way to start your day.
Right.
It gets you out of the house nice and early on Saturday when it's a little bit cooler. And it gets you something to do for the kids, and maybe wear
Right.
them out so they go to sleep.
And again, parking for that would be behind the visitor center,
Yes.
of course, right behind the pavilion as well. A
Exactly.
nice big parking lot right
We
there.
have plenty of
Yes.
parking, which is wonderful. That's one of the benefits of being at this
True,
location is
true.
we have disabled access, we have easy parking, we have music piped through, whether we have live music or not.
Right.
It's just a great time.
Yeah.
You really can't complain. It's
No.
just a wonderful chance to catch up with friends, and you'll see the
Sure.
same people, Saturday
Exactly,
after Saturday.
yeah.
And we have folks coming from all over Hampton Roads to try the different farmers markets.
And of course, you mentioned Saturday, but also the hours on Wednesday again?
Wednesday are 3 to 6.
Okay. Now, but again, that's maybe a little bit smaller just
Yeah.
due to the fact that, like you said, Saturday's more the big day for
Sure.
them, right?
We do have a good number of vendors who come out on Wednesday, and they're mainly produce and baked goods. So the idea is that on your way home from work, if you don't have any idea for dinner,
Right.
what to have for dinner, you stop by and you grab something and take it home. So they're specifically there for that, after work crowd. 3 to 6, there's people that get off any time between 3:30,
Right.
and on up to 5. You can go and get some fresh vegetables, some fresh meat, bread or whatever, and take it home, and you have dinner.
Now, the farmer's market, I know we talked about the activities happening in August.
Sure.
But the market actually goes longer than that in the calendar
Yes.
year.
We actually will continue the market till November 23rd.
Okay.
And as the season goes on, we do have different kinds of events, whether it's like a harvest day
Right.
or a Halloween theme
Sure.
or something like that. We do
Sure.
trick-or-treating. And then once we get into October, we start breaking out our movie series, which is at night, but it's on Saturdays.
Right.
I want to say we're starting October 19th.
Okay.
Don't hold me to it
Right.
because I don't have a calendar in front of me. But for the 3 weekends, the last 2 in October and the 1st in November,
Right.
we will have free family movies
Okay.
at the pavilion
Okay.
in the evenings. And last year, we did 2 movies. They were a great success. We sold concessions and raised money for
Right.
United Way.
Came out to one of those, had a great time.
It was so
Yeah.
much fun. And so this year, I know that 2 of the movies we're doing, Hotel Transylvania,
Okay.
which is a cute movie. Adam Sandler, it's animated, it's great. It's more the Halloween theme.
Right, right.
And then Rise of the Guardians,
Okay.
which did very well. It's Gerard Butler and several other famous people. Jude Law, I believe, voiced this animated picture, and we're going to be doing that. And then we have one opening that we're all debating.
Okay.
I keep getting votes for Wizard of Oz, and I'm just a little afraid of it, so I don't know.
But all that's happening at the pavilion right behind the
Exactly.
visitor center. And of course,
Free.
those free and open to the public.
Yes.
Check out the website as far as the tourism website. Let's
Yep.
give that address one more time.
Suffolk-fun.com.
And of course, also in addition to that, if you needed more information, you just can call the visitor center.
Exactly.
And that number?
We're 514-4130.
Okay.
We're open 7 days a week from 9 to 5. So you can stop by anytime, whether you have family in town or whether you're planning to go out of town. We have brochures from all over the state and into North Carolina. I mean, we're a state-certified visitor center,
Correct.
and part of that is we have a brochure reciprocating program with all the other visitor centers across the state. So our job is not just to make you happy here, but
That's
to
right.
get you on your way so that you have a good time, when you're on vacation with your family as well.
Now, you mentioned the free cup of coffee.
Yes.
But you also have a great little gift shop, too.
We do.
Yes.
We are very fortunate. If you're looking for a Suffolk souvenir, obviously the holidays are a pretty busy time for
Right.
us. And something new, we're now accepting credit cards.
Hey.
We finally made it. But we have everything from, Suffolk keychains and pencils, but we have some beautiful silver-plated peanut-shaped candy dishes, like nesting dishes.
Right.
We have apparel. We have lots of Suffolk books. So if you're looking to add to your kind of home collection, your own
Very nice.
library, Christmas ornaments, we have the baby peanut ornament, which might be my favorite.
Right.
But we have lots of little trinkets and tchotchkes, and it's perfect whether you're sending something to someone who used to live in Suffolk
Sure.
or whether you're just kind of collecting on your own. We have beautiful postcards, and we're very fortunate. We have a beautiful gift shop, and if you want a soda and some peanuts,
Right,
because
you got-
what, we couldn't live without peanuts.
No.
And we even have circus peanuts,
Right.
which are not peanuts at all.
No.
In fact, they taste like bananas. But we even have those.
Okay.
So we consider us like your little peanut emporium.
Very nice. And of course, that's the Suffolk Visitor Center. The address
524
North
North
Main
Main.
Street, okay.
And most people just know it as the old Nansemond County Courthouse
Right.
because they at one point have gotten a speeding ticket and had to come here long
good memories
before.
happening here now,
That's
right?
right. They either
Yeah.
got their driver's license here or they almost lost their driver's
That's
license
right.
here. But we don't do any of that anymore.
Right.
We're much friendlier, nicer. We're not going to take your driver's license or punish you for speeding.
Well, good deal. Well, that's a promise. So we got the word
Yeah.
right here. Nothing but good things happening here at the Suffolk Visitor Center. And that will do it for today's On the Scene. I want to thank you, Teresa, again for
Sure.
being our guest and
Anytime.
sharing all the great information happening here at the Visitor Center. And of course, I want to mention one more time, Saturday, August the 17th, the family movie and music night in downtown Suffolk.
Yep.
And the block radius again?
From West Washington to Market.
Okay, and it's starting around 5:30 or so? Okay.
And feel free to bring a chair if you'd like, or a blanket. We'll have some chairs, like I said, but if you're more comfortable having kind of your own comfy chair, bring it on.
Good deal. All right. Well, thank you, and hopefully you take part in that event. And again, that does it for this edition of On the Scene. We'll see you next time.